The evening air was heavy with the scent of rain and blooming roses, and I stood by the window, my fingers lightly brushing the fabric of the curtain, as my heart raced in my chest, and my mind screamed for caution, but my body begged for release. And there he was standing just a few feet away, his eyes dark, with something dangerous, something thrilling, and I felt my knees tremble. Though I remained still, watching him approach with slow, deliberate steps, as if he already knew the answer, I was too afraid to give. I wore a simple silk dress that clung to my skin like a second layer whispering against every curve, and as he came closer, I could see the hunger in his gaze, the raw, unspoken craving that matched the fire growing inside me. No matter how I tried to smother it, I had promised myself I would be faithful. I had vowed to honor my marriage. But those promises seemed so far away now, like faded words on forgotten pages. And when he reached out his hand, brushing a strand of hair from my face, I felt the world tilt and shift, until only he and I existed in that fragile, intoxicating moment. His fingers were rough, yet gentle, tracing my jawline, down the slope of my neck, sending ripples through my entire being, and I should have stepped away. I should have turned and run, but instead, I tilted my head, exposing more of my throat, as a silent invitation, and the sound he made deep in his chest was all the encouragement he needed. He leaned in close, his breath warm against my skin, and when his lips finally met mine, it was not gentle, it was not careful, it was a claiming, an unraveling, and all the walls I had built around myself crumbled with a sigh. His hands were everywhere, urgent and demanding, pulling me closer until our bodies pressed together, and I could feel every inch of him, every hard, undeniable truth of his desire, and my own hands found his shoulders, his back clawing for purchase, as his mouth devoured mine with a hunger that mirrored my own, and somewhere, in the back of my mind, a voice whispered warnings, a reminder of the life I would be risking, but it was drowned out by the roaring in my blood, the desperate need that consumed every rational thought. We stumbled toward the couch, our movements frantic, uncoordinated, fueled only by the primal need to be closer, to feel, more to give in completely. And when he laid me down, the world seemed to stop spinning. The only sounds were the ragged pull of our breathing and the soft rustle of fabric as he pushed the hem of my dress higher, exposing the trembling flesh he so eagerly claimed with lips and hands that left trails of fire across my skin, and I arched beneath him, helpless, lost, and when he finally entered me, it was not just our bodies that fused, but our broken, hidden desires that bled together in a frenzy of need that I knew I could never undo. Morning light spilled across the room, painting everything in gold and warmth, but inside me there was only a cold, gnawing ache that no sunlight could ever reach. Because he was gone now, leaving behind only the scent of his skin on mine and the memory of how easily I had given in, how quickly I had abandoned everything I thought I was. And as I sat there, wrapped in a blanket of shame and satisfaction, I tried to piece together the woman who had said yes without even needing to hear the question. I touched my lips, remembering the bruising tenderness of his kisses, the way his hands had known exactly where to go, exactly how to tear away the layers I had kept hidden for so long, and I hated him for it. And yet, if he walked through that door right now, if he looked at me with those same burning eyes, I knew with a certainty that terrified me, that I would open myself to him again, that I would surrender without a fight, because the hunger he had awakened was a beast I could not cage. The clock ticked loudly in the silence, mocking me, counting the seconds I sat there, pretending to think, pretending to regret, while deep inside my soul, writhed with the pleasure, so forbidden it felt like sin itself, and I pressed my thighs, together, desperate to hold on to the last fading echoes of what we had done, of what I had let him do, and the shame of it only made me burn hotter, only made me wonder how soon it would be before I found myself standing at the window, again waiting for him to come back. I had never understood before how thin the line was between love and lust, between loyalty and betrayal, but now I knew it was a thread that snapped with a single touch, a single whispered name, and I had snapped so easily, so willingly, and there would be no going back, no fixing what had been broken, and maybe deep down, I did not even want to, because he had shown me something about myself, something raw and wicked and painfully beautiful, and once seen, it could never be unseen. I closed my eyes, breathing in the memory of him, the taste, the touch, the way my body had sung for him, and I promised myself it was over, that it could not happen again. But even as I whispered those lies into the empty room, I knew the truth would come for me in the dead of night, in the stolen moments when the world was sleeping, and I would open my eyes, aching, trembling, needing, and I would not say no, because I could not say no, because I never really wanted to.